Did you know that South Korea's first modern coins weren't even called won? In the early 1900s, the country used a completely different currency, influenced by foreign powers. But how did South Korea transition from the traditional Korean yang to today's won? Let's dive deep into the fascinating history of South Korean coins from the 1900s to today. At the beginning of the 20th century, Korea was still using the yang system, a traditional currency that had been in place for centuries. However, with increasing international trade and foreign influence, Emperor Gojong of the Korean Empire sought to modernize the economy. In 1902, Korea introduced the won, round, won, which was based on the silver standard and pegged to the Japanese yen. The first Korean won coins were minted in brass, silver, and gold in denominations of kwon, 5, 10, and 21. However, this currency did not last long, as Korea soon fell under Japanese control. Following Japan's annexation of Korea in 1910, the Korean won was replaced by the Murray Korean yen, which was issued by the Bank of Joseon and had the same value as the Japanese yen. During this period, Korean yen coins were made in copper, nickel, and silver, and their designs closely resembled Japanese coins. Many Koreans saw this as a symbol of Japan's dominance over their economy, as the yen system effectively erased Korea's financial independence. These coins remained in circulation until 1945, when Korea was liberated from Japanese rule at the end of World War II. After liberation, Korea needed a new currency to mark its independence. In 1945, the Kondoswan, South Korean won, was reintroduced, initially pegged to the US dollar at a rate of 15 won equals 1 US dollar. To establish a stable monetary system, the first post-independent South Korean coins were issued in 1951, with denominations of 1 won, aluminum, 5 won, nickel brass, and 10 won, brass. However, due to the outbreak of the Korean War, 1950 to 1953, hyperinflation devalued the won rapidly, making it unsustainable as a stable currency. To combat the effects of inflation, South Korea abandoned the won in 1953 and introduced the won, yuan. The yuan was meant to restore economic stability, but inflation persisted. The first yuan coins were introduced in 1959 in denominations of 10, 50, and 100 yuan, made from brass and aluminum. Despite this effort, the yuan continued to lose value, prompting the South Korean government to reintroduce the won in 1962. The modern South Korean won, which is still in use today, was officially reinstated in 1962. To establish a more stable currency system, new coins were minted in 1966, including denominations of 1.5 and of 10 won, all made from aluminum or brass. Later, as the economy grew, higher denominations were introduced, such as the 51 coin in 1972, the 101 coin in 1970, and the 501 coin in 1982. These coins not only facilitated daily transactions, but also reflected important aspects of Korean history and culture. South Korean coins have featured some of the most iconic figures and landmarks within the nation's history. The 10-won coin features the Dabatap Pagoda, Dabatab, an important Buddhist structure from Boguksa Temple, representing Korea's spiritual heritage. The 101 coin Korean Hanmyeon showcases Admiral Yi Sun-sin, a legendary naval commander famous for his victories against the Japanese Navy in the late 16th century. The 501 coin depicts the Marijur, red-crowned crane Durumi, a symbol of longevity and wisdom in Korean culture. These designs reflect Korea's rich historical legacy, making the coins more than just currency. They serve as pieces of national identity. In recent years, due to the rise of the credit cards, mobile payments, and digital transactions, the use of physical coins in South Korea has been declining. The 1 won and 5 won coins have almost disappeared, and even the 10 won coin is becoming less common in circulation. The South Korean government has even experimented with a cashless society, where instead of receiving small change in coins, customers can have the amount deposited digitally into their accounts. Despite this shift towards digital transactions, South Korea's coins remain an important part of its economic and cultural history, from the Moyang Ryors of the early 1900s to the modern one. The history of South Korean coins tells a story of colonial struggles, economic crises, and technological advancements. While digital payments may dominate the future, South Korea's coins remain a lasting symbol of the country's journey toward independence and prosperity. Which South Korean coin do you find most interesting? Let me know your thoughts.